It's okay. Off your mic, it's okay. Off your mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My ego diary politico, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My yegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary, diary politico. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o
Máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù.
Máyégún.
Hello there, brethren. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And a very good evening to every one of you from wherever you're joining us. It is Mayegun live. And welcome to the Temple of Truth tonight, which also means the Sunday sermon. And for those of you who are like new on Mayegun's Diary Political, right? So Sunday sermon is that no holds bar, sort of like a session on Mayegun's Diary Political. It is that Sunday that we usually put to test your resolve to holding on with your pretense or hypocrisy on this platform. So I will explain that to you. Sunday sermon on Mayegun's Diary Political is that time that we do not hold anything back whenever we are addressing the culprits who are the active players in what Nigeria has become. So our choice of language is very much like, so if you are a politically correct person, somebody who feels like we should watch our language, we should like be respectful and all that kind of stuff, right? So you will find this session comfortable. It's going to be interesting, I promise you, but you may not find it comfortable. And if you are a closet Ronuku, a one Nigerianist that possibly takes everything, you know, that everything can easily just fight through your head, right? This is possibly not for you as well, all right? But for the regulars, it is just the same plain temple of truth, a place where you are going to find the obvious, the factual happenings in the contraption in Nigeria, and including the names of perpetrators, the players, those who are involved in all of the madness going on in that place, especially those in government and their minions. The last 2 weeks have been very much, loud in Nigeria, especially when the American president, Donald Trump, reacted to numerous petitions, appeals, and others from the victims of the genocide going on in Nigeria. Now, in reaction to that, a lot of people have decided to define what a genocide is, while many are living in denial of it, while others as well are twisting the entire intention of why America is getting involved. But things continue to evolve. A lot is happening. Tinubu and this gang believes that they are pretty much like in control of this whole thing by maintaining a graveyard, no clear, sort of like a graveyard silence, no clear-cut diplomatic, solution yet. But like I said, a lot is unraveling. While those sponsored by government continue to remind us or trying to educate us what a genocide means, as others are saying, oh, there are also Muslims, okay, being killed by these terrorists, which is true. But the Christians who have raised the alarm for years seems to have finally been heard. So rather than try to shut them down, how about you kind of add your voice for the killed Muslims too? But who are those killing them? These terrorists. So Tinubu and his gang are busy trying to convince the world that there is no genocide going on in Nigeria, while the rest of the world seem to have the true record of what is going on. The terrorists doing all of this in number, they're like 22 of them, 22 different terrorist groups operating in northern Nigeria alone. And tens of thousands of Christians, Nigerians, have been slaughtered. If the cries of the survivors, the Christians in Nigeria, that has become so loud like this, could get this loud, imagine if the Muslims in Nigeria generally, like, I'm not saying all of them, like generally just kind of like a speak up to add their own voice. But rather, there are those who have made it their own responsibility to twist what this American coming or what have you is all about. A lot of conspiracy theories have been developed, and good. Like I said, why Tinubu is trying to deviate and trying to deny the existence of this genocide, the mass killings of Nigerians in Nigeria by the Islamic jihadists. Today, no, rather yesterday, ISIS. That would sound familiar. Excuse me. That would sound familiar to Donald Trump, because during his first term as the president of America, right? He, as part of his own achievements, he brags of destroying the ISIS in the Arab Peninsula. But since Donald Trump left, right, and then the increase in terrorism in Nigeria skyrocketed, that too need a context as well, okay? So when Donald Trump was the president of America, then he was talking about these killings in Nigeria, okay? So then he actually designated Nigeria as a country of particular interest because of these killings, all right? So their intention then was to mount pressure on Boko Haram's regime so as to actually really go after the terrorists instead of doing this Operation Safe Corridor. Operation Safe Corridor is the arrangement Boko Haram put in place that allowed these, Boko Haram terrorists and other terrorists to walk away, right, without trial, without anything, other than just to hold the Quran and say they won't do it again. So that was the arrangement of the Nigerian army, Nigerian government, and these terrorists. So America designated Nigeria that Nigeria was a country of particular interest because your government is collaborating with terrorists rather than, and also they discovered that there was actually no real intention of returning the displaced people, millions of them at the time, returning them back to their homes. There was no real concrete plan. While the Fulani terrorists, who were just emerging at the time, were also gaining foothold. So if America's CPC had lasted for, let's say, 2 years, there is a possible chance that the Fulani terrorism advancement wouldn't have gotten to this stage. There's a chance, because what they are proposing to Tinubu right now was what they would have done to the Boko Haram. Then Donald Trump lost and Joe Biden came in. Within 2 months of Joe Biden or thereabout, he removed Nigeria's name from that CPC, meaning the Nigerian officials, local government officials, governors, all of them who are supposed to have been outed as terrorist sponsors, they just got away for a few more years. Now, that is what is about to happen now if America should go ahead. America is not going to come to Nigeria in a week, you know what I mean? Not like that. What America is asking your government to do, which is what they are giving them the grace of right now, is what they ask Boko Haram to do. Because with this CPC, America will have the opportunity to actually not go after the terrorists alone. They will go after their sponsor, including those of them who are in government. So this is what APC is trying to ward off and hope that this COP will pass. No matter what their media is trying to present to you in Nigeria, here I will do my best to bring together, right, the entire factors to all of this, and the players too, who is saying what, when, so that you can then be the judge. So let's go back to the denial. The Tinubu's regime are spending possibly tens or hundreds of millions of dollars on lobbyists in America right now to see how they can get closer to Trump and maybe, ask for time. But it is not even about the time they will give them. It is the political will of them really doing this. The whole thing has overwhelmed them. The military is compromised. Intelligence is compromised. Everything is more or less like everybody's just doing what they can within the space of what they can. You get what I mean? There is no real concrete hand-on of Nigerian government, Nigerian military. And when I say Nigerian military, I'm talking about the entire Nigerian military structure. You know, the army, the navy, the air force, and the rest of them, right? So it's like everybody's just doing whatever they want to do. Things have gotten out of hand. There are more vested interests now. So what time are they asking from America to give them? So here is what will happen. So once they realize that, apart from the media jumping from one media house to another, once America realizes that indeed nothing is actually really happening, or, oh, listen, the government of Nigeria think this is just about going on and shooting some terrorists and then doing a peace meeting with the others and doing what the exact thing they are doing right now. They may think this is what will get them out of it. No, it's not. The terrorists continue to kill people, even as we speak. They don't give a shit. The terrorists continue, the government officials at the local level, in Katsina, in Zamfara, in all these places, local level, they are doing peace meetings with these terrorists. Now, it is being said that the terrorists are beginning to actually flood like into Kano from Katsina now, right? They will cross the Shinono, I'll be waiting to record that place, Shinono or something, right? They will cross that place into Kano, attack the neighboring communities who are like the rural, all those areas, and then they will run back to Katsina. So this whole thing is still going on, whatever Nigeria is saying in the media. So what will then happen is that America will probably just want you to know the real terrorist sponsors. It won't cost them anything. They'll put out the names, put out their faces. Not only that, that's a promise that strikes will take place without any warning. You just know that, they struck about 10, 15 places yesterday. Or people will begin to notice that they are noticing that there are some bombings taking place and it wasn't like Nigerian government. All of this will happen in quick succession, all right? Still very much on out if Numbu and his gang does it. So they are denying. On the other hand, ISIS, yes, ISIS, that same ISIL, popular Islamic State, in Nigeria and part of these West African countries, including the Sahel going up north, you have the Janjaweed, you have ISWAP, you have Boko Haram, you have Lakurawa. 22 of them have made Nigeria a base as we speak. And they are actually telling us that no matter what we are witnessing right now, it's still a child's play. Like you are still going to witness a serious onslaught beyond what they are doing in those communities and all that, right? So the only two rivals right now, when Boko Haram divided, this is ISWAP, and then the remnants of the Boko Haram after the demise of Alhaji Shekau. Now, they have been battling. These two groups have been killing themselves. Two terror groups. So there used to be one, right? They have been killing themselves along that Lake Chad for some time now. That was how Alhaji Shekau got killed as well, right? Now, this ISWAP, that is simply, it's an abbreviation for Islamic State of West Africa Province, ISWAP. Now, the ideology of the ISWAP is even worse than that of the Boko Haram, if you must know. And they are very much affiliated to the ISIS, the supposedly destroyed ISIS, which I believe will probably be one of the things that will attract Donald Trump to act fast, hearing ISIS. ISIS. Yes, they have ISIS. Now, ISIS have come out to say, listen, guys, I don't know why these idiots are denying what is obvious. Yes, there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria. And of course, if America should get involved. Now, they have this publication, okay? This publication in Arabic, all right? I did something. I'm going to show you. Give me a sec. So this message in all of this is a message to all the terrorists all over the world. It's like a clarion call. So what ISIS is saying is that indeed they are carrying out mass Christian genocide in Nigeria because they are Zionists. They are infidels, the Kafiris and all that, right? So until Nigeria and this West Africa, in fact, the rest of the world, become Islamic. Do you know what I did? Let me see if I can share my screen quickly, right? So I put this on Grok. Grok is AI on X, right? So I put this on. I put a picture, the original picture, and I'm going to do that again now quickly. So I put the original picture, which has it's like a cutout newspaper print. You get me now? So I put a picture on Grok and I said, please interpret the sentences in this image expertly to English language without repetition, or at least readable, right? So I'll do that on the screen with you quickly. Now the message herein is not just to take responsibility. Are you with me? They are sending out words to the other fighters who are Muslims. They call them Muslim, like the jihadists. All right. For the rest of them to remember the teachings of the Prophet, as well as Allah. And the infidels. I wish I could read all of that to you, right? But take a look. That's it. The Muslim army set out from Medina towards Badr, while the Quraysh army advanced from Mecca. The two sides met near wells of Badr. The Prophet, peace be upon him, consulted his companions and they pledged allegiance to fight to the death. The police forces numbered nearly 1,000, equipped with horses, the blah. So interpreting. However, in Nigeria, where these killings have been taking place, and not only the clerics, you see, those who identified as Muslims are being cajoled into believing that coming for this murderous terrorist is actually an attack on Islam. How they've managed to actually get people to believe that in this day and time, I do not know. So they are telling people that the American president said, if Nigeria failed to act fast and take out these terrorists that we now believe are also killing Muslims, why should any Muslim, reasonable one, be angry? Because when you go out and protest against a strike against the terrorists who are also killing your own brothers, what you're doing is that you are protesting in support of the terrorists against a superior power that could have them. In that text, the ISIS said, this is going to spell the doom for America. In this text, okay? They didn't call America, they call America Zionist. So ISIS said, America should get involved. They are welcome. They should come and throw their bombs, right? Because in fact, what they are doing to America right now is to overstretch American military might. You understand? That America is fighting here, is fighting them there, is fighting them here, is fighting them all over the place. Now they can draw America to Africa. So America can start using their weapons and everything here too. So that at the end of the day, their business and their goal is to decimate America and destroy America finally. So yeah, they have claimed responsibility for the killings in Nigeria, no denial. And right now, they welcome Americans' involvement. They are not wanting them to stay away. They are saying, no, you should come. Now you can have your soldiers here too. You can deploy, you get what I mean? So, how is America going to reply? It's only time that will tell. Possibly not in my own hands, not in yours. In Kano, the Shiites who have suffered greatly in the hands of the APC, starting from the days of Bokwari. But they took to the street yesterday, right? Demanding that death to America, death to this and that, like they are. As usual, they were burning American flags, okay, in protest against America's involvement in fighting terrorism in Nigeria. You get that now? Like, America is coming to come and steal your crude oil. They are coming to steal all your resources. We don't want America. We can take care of our problems. This is coming from the people who claim that more Muslims have been killed than Christians. And also, this is also a group that, because of their own belief, because of their own faith, the Shiites, that you can call the Shia Muslims, they have suffered greatly in the hands of the Fulani, Bokwari, and his gang separately. Because guess what? The Shiites have always been like doing procession, like, lining the streets in their large numbers and all that, right? Until one day in 2015, when in Kaduna, in Zaria, the Shiites, they were doing their procession. The then Chief of Army Staff, Buratai the Butcher, was coming in his convoy. Then he got to this Shiite and possibly felt intimidated enough that it felt like they blocked him from going, and they are like national security threats. When he came down from his car, nobody hurt him, nobody did anything per se, other than they slowed him down. So when he came down from his car, addressed these Shiites, right? And, went back into his car, and he drove off in his convoy safely. Few hours later, the nearby barracks in Kaduna was mobilized. Soldiers were mobilized. Shooter sites, over 1,400 human beings, over 1,400 Shiites were slaughtered in a space of 2 days. When they were asked, why did you do that? After, burying them in a shallow grave. Do you know what Nigeria said? They said if they didn't quickly curb these Shiites, they will become they are like potential Boko Haram. This was 10 years ago. Yes, possibly around this time, November. Because in December that year, they grabbed their leader, El Zazaki. They beat him blood. Oh, it was actually from that moment. It was in that, I think it was in November or so. 10 years ago. Because of their religion. Where some people who are Muslims in northern Nigeria believes that the Shiites, they are dangerous, they don't vote, they don't participate in anything government, they are like on their own, and their allegiance is to Iran. So there are Muslims in northern Nigeria that consider them as not real Muslims. So this is existing, the same Shiites have decided to call on Donald Trump on American flags for at least fighting for religious freedom, it's called. The Boko Haram says, yeah, we are killing people because of their religion. They are infidels. We can't tolerate them. Allah said they should kill them. Whatever you want to say, we don't care. Any Muslim that disagree, we kill as well. This is us. America, you want to get involved? Welcome on board. So the Shiites, the civilian ones, are on the street. So I'm going to take you to what happened yesterday. Right?
Ga tsinannen na alannan Allah, ga shi nan shege tsinanni, Allah ya tsine uwarsa. Yawwa, masha Allah. Ga shugaba nan.
Mama san zalunci,
They made a caricature of Trump. That was them saying, we don't want America getting involved. Leave Nigeria alone. They are waving their Palestinian flag as well, because they are also, pretty much like have their allegiance to their brothers in Gaza, in Palestine. There's something that is actually really strange about the Muslims in some, not all of them, let's say some, but majority maybe, yeah, in northern Nigeria, where they don't see any connection between themselves and the rest of Nigeria, other Nigerians. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm not even talking about the rest of Nigeria. I'm talking about people even from northern Nigeria, that they speak the same language. Like when tragedy strikes, right, and people die, do you get what I mean now? It's almost like nothing to them. Unless something that happens in Gaza, for example, and you see how passionate they are. Do you see how passionate? How sort of like emotional they are. When something, you will see majority of them cursing America, wishing death on America, protesting, burning American flag in Nigeria and all of that. But you would never, ever see them feel so bad and sad and express same openly when terrorists actually slaughter their people. I don't understand. Like, you are all Nigerians, Abi. Okay, I think I understand. It's wrong for me to keep pushing the idea of, there's actually a Nigeria or one Nigeria, or there are Nigerians. Here you get, it's kind of a false analogy, I think. They don't value you. If you get killed anyway in Nigeria and all of that stuff, let's say a mosque is, a mosque is bombed in Sokoto. Here you get, and okay, there's no point in going far. All right, the terrorists that went inside a mosque in Zamfara and they killed over 40 people. That's a tragedy that you will feel like, as a Muslim, that should get everybody who is a Muslim in northern part of Nigeria and the rest of Nigeria a little bit emotionally drawn. I mean, like, but they don't feel like that. They don't give a damn about Nigeria. They don't give a damn about people in Nigeria. The only thing they care about is that religion. And they're not hiding it. Because they said that maybe it is in their hadith, or maybe it is in the Quran, that their brothers, their Muslim brothers is their brothers. There's a brotherhood, that's brother. Others are beginning to say, no, don't misinterpret that. Terrorists, there's a part of Quran that frown against terrorism, which is like killing harmless people or vulnerable people, even during war. You are not expected to. Islam said you will have to spare them, protect them. Those who are not of the same religion with you, when things like that happen, you protect them. So these moderate guys are now kind of countering these other guys who says, even if the Fulani terrorists are killing people, yes, we are not supposed to condemn them and condemn them like others. If Boko Haram is killing the people, fine, they are fighting jihad. So we are not as a Muslim, you are not meant to openly condemn them like that. If you are a true Muslim, but they read everything, they see things, people will be say they don't gurumbolenu. You dey feel me? People we don't grow beer like that, we look like responsible human being like this. When they begin to argue this religion, they spark for themselves, and I'm like, wait. Abba, calm down. The terrorists are killing people and they are shouting Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. How do you feel about that? Like, I know it's a very bad thing. Quran said we shouldn't. I said, okay, now you say this openly, like you should tell people, others, like you know that, Abi. Say it openly, tell everybody. Say, I know, Islam forbids us from criticizing brothers. There's a way we say it to them. What do you mean there's a way you say it to God? Damn it, man. So the Shiites, on top of their lungs, they were screaming death to America. Yeah? on behalf of these terrorists, by the way.
Praise to America! Praise to America! Praise to America! Praise to America! Praise to Donald Trump! Praise to Donald Trump! Allahu Akbar! Baba san zalunci! Trump dan ta'adda ne! Trump dan ta'adda ne! Baba san zalunci! Baba san zalunci! Baba san yaudara! Adalci muke so! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد.
Kuma har yanzu a wasu sassa na Vietnam shuka ba ta fitowa ma a wuraren da suka jefa bom. Kuma su ne suka kai hari kasar Afghanistan, shi ma tarihi ba zai manta da wannan ba. Su ne suka kai hari kasar Iraki, tarihi ba zai manta da wannan ba. Karkashin kulawarsu ne Isra'ila take kai hare-hare a Syria da Lebanon, wato ainihin da ma Misra wani bangarori na Masar. Karkashin kulawarsu ne Isra'ila ta kai hari ko take kai.
Nuisance lele.
I told you. It's a long video, so because I've got so much to share with us this evening, so I'm just going to be going through them sharp. Don't blame him or don't blame them. There is an enabler on the loose. His name is Sheikh Osama bin Gumi. Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, who was banned from entering Saudi Arabia. Baba, if Saudi Arabia banned you because you are a terrorist, or terrorist apology, or terror enabler, your kind of terrorism, they don't pass their capacity. Like they can't handle your kind of, which kind of thought that? Why are you having this kind of mindset? Why are you thinking like this? We can't let you pass this thought to these young people. So you get that Sheikh Osama bin Gumi is a special guest of honor across Nigeria media right now, every TV, online and offline, hosting him to keep passing this message, this embarrassing, disgraceful messages of his. The recent one is that he's telling us, he said the terrorists are currently on revenge mission. Yeah, they're on revenge mission. Donald Trump has made it even worse. For him to say he's coming to Nigeria, these boys, we are talking to them and they are listening to us. Here you get. So now that Donald Trump is saying this, he's making it worse. Because according to him, the Fulani terrorists, especially, he said they are on a revenge mission. They are still better than IPOB. Let me rephrase. That's not how he said it. Let me rephrase. He said, these terrorists, they are our children, and they are on revenge mission. We can still talk to them. Like they listen to us. Unlike the IPOB who want to break Nigeria. Somebody have said that before, by the way. Do you know? That person is the Kaduna Little Finger, El Rufaya of Kaduna. It was El Rufaya during the time of Boko Haram that said the IPOB are more dangerous than the terrorists, the Fulani terrorists, the Boko Haram terrorists. And when he was asked how, he said, well, IPOB is advocating for the balkanization of Nigeria, which means the Nigeria you know today, when IPOB succeeds, you will not know that Nigeria again. So, and that is more grievous, is more dangerous than the terrorists who are killing, kidnapping Nigerians. Because according to him, he said they were just doing business. Oh, those ones are just doing business. When government is ready, the government can deal with them. But the IPOB, they are more dangerous because they want a peaceful breakup of Nigeria. That is similar to what Osama bin Gumi said. He has been sponsoring these peace meetings all over the place. These pictures you are seeing on your screen right here is part of the meeting they held in Katsina State just yesterday, when these terrorists and then the local chiefs hosted these terrorists in a place called, they are like two local government areas, all right? They put people from communities from two local government areas to come around for peace meeting, all right, in Katsina State, okay? So they look at them with their guns and everything ready, and this is just this, right? So they have a place called the Karanchi and Batagarawa local government areas of Katsina State. So these are the areas where they have been having all these peace meetings with the terrorists. So one of them actually addressed the peace gathering, and in his speech, he blamed the government for what they are doing. You know what he said? His name is Sonny Mudinje. Trump, you hear? His name is Sonny Mudinje or something, Mudinje. He said the government can put an end to all of this because government failed them, and that's why they have decided to go into this terrorism. However, now that they are talking to them, right, they would work out something to give you peace. We just wanted to know that if the government wants this to end, they will end it. Not my words, right? Peace.
Ina lahiya ma da mu son su ne ba namu ba ne. Inda son mu ne, mutanen nan ba su zuwa nan su same mu cikin jeji. Tunda an yi lokaci kamar wata ɗaya nan ko biyu in muka ce muna buƙatar ganin mutanen shirin ta yaya za mu gan su? Ba mu ganin su. Ba su san ina muke ba, ba su san daga ina muke ba. Amma da suka buƙaci ganin mu yau ga mu ga su. Suna jin mu, suna ganin mu. Ka gane? Zaman lahiya da tashin hankali, to, su shugabanni so su ne duka. In sun so a yi tashin hankali za a yi. In sun so a zanna lahiya za a zanna lahiya. Mu dai ba mu da wani ilimi, ba mu da wata hikima wadda za mu yi a zanna lahiya sai sun so. Su yarin duniya hannunsu yake. Su ke jan duniya, su ke yin komi, su ke hana komi. Ko da ake cewa muna yi, ai sun suka so mu yi. Idan ba su so mu yi ba mu yi. Kuma ai ga aya, yau sun kira mu so suke mu bari. Kuma da yarda Allah mun bari daga yau. Haka ne, ku talaka in kun tashi yin kuka, kar ku yi kuka da mu yan ta'adda, ku yi kuka da shugabanninku. Sun suka bari muka yi.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind.
Yeah, that's Sonny Mudinge. Odelekbeni Sonny Mudinge. Doesn't matter. That's one of the terrorist leaders in Nigeria. They all have their territories they control. Ungoverned areas scattered all over the place in Nigeria, northern Nigeria. And those are the children of Sheikh Osama bin Gumi. Now, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, like I said, is a special guest on all these TV stations all over the place. Blowing what I believe is actually dog whistle. Because it is only Gumi that will come on TV and threaten the leadership of the country, threaten the military, threaten America, threaten Nigerians, threaten everybody by giving them conditions that if you don't do what I say, this is just the beginning. There's nothing anybody can do about it. You need to give them what they want. They are on revenge mission. Because what did I do? What did I do? Go. What be my offense? I no get any contract with any Fulani. I no get any contract with any Fulani. Waiting be my offense. We have actually, in case if you don't know, that's why you don't have to use a blanket statement when you're talking about northern Nigeria, right? The Hausas have been the most victims of these Fulani killings. So don't ever think, listen to this, so don't ever think that when we say northern Nigeria, Sharia North, remove Hausa, you have to. Yeah, they've been completely, emasculated by this Fulani oligarch in northern Nigeria. They have been completely they exist to make it look like, hey, this is our land and all of that. But they have nothing to say, to say that their interest is by any chance protected like that of the Fulani terrorists. These killings, all these churches, all these killings that in most corner that you are hearing, all those Muslims they are killing, they are not Fulani, so they are Hausas and other tribes in that part of Nigeria. But again, Osama bin Gumi said their children are just on revenge mission. And I'm like, waiting you go come say I do, when you want revenge. Waiting my forebearers did, that you want to come and revenge. From futa gallon, abi futa jalon, futa sadness, abi futa sorrow, all the way from that Sahel. Do you know how many thousands kilometers before you get to Dogbolu? To Ijebu? Do you know how many kilometers, like miles? What do you want to do when you walk or carry out revenge? These are the questions, right? Nobody is telling us what exactly people did, that they have become the victims that are being killed and then, like that. But to Gumi, it is either you listen to what I am saying or you can continue to speak grammar. Okay? Bring America, bring anything. It won't change anything. So that's what I mean by he's the only guy that will come out and threaten everybody together. And he will still go home and sleep in Nigeria of today. Gumi.
Why now? Why now is America concerned about Nigeria? That is the issue. So many issues are involved in it. Why they want to concentrate now and attack Nigeria?
All right, looking at
most of the reasons, I think, is their failure in the Sahel region. They want to establish a military base in Nigeria. They want our resources, as they have done in Iraq. And all the reasons people have proposed, intellectuals have proposed, it's all of it. So it's just time for them now. And most important is the politics. Is the politics.
all right.
They don't want. You see, whenever we have a Muslim leader in Nigeria, they try to decapitate and eliminate him. They have killed Tafa Balewa, Sardauna. They have killed General Murtala. Even Abacha was poisoned. So why is it whenever Muslims are in power in Nigeria, somehow using some disgruntled elements, especially in the south, they try to take away the leader? So I think what America is trying to do now, they would claim maybe the government is complicit in the killing of Christians, and don't be surprised they attack even the presidential palace. Trying to kill the president. I don't rule it out, as they have done in many other places. And they may also kill some other people just by framing them that they are working with with
You mentioned earlier that the bandits, the terrorists, needs convincing, you know, and we all know the havoc they've created, you know, in the society in Nigeria. They've raped women, they've killed lives, they've destroyed properties. So do we really need, do the government really need to convince this terrorists at this point? Because we've seen the cases of repentant Boko Haram, you know, we've seen the cases of dialogue. So is convincing what is needed from between the government and the terrorists right now?
Okay, sorry, please to cut you. You see, the former governor of Bauchi State, Yuguda, was able also to go with government delegation into the bush, and they met more than 5,000 bandits. They were all complaining. Those who have lost their parents, those who have lost their brethren, those from our hostility too. So when you say they have killed, yes, I know they have killed, and it's wrong to kill anybody innocent. This is absolutely an obnoxious thing to do. We don't support that. But you see, if you know their psychology, they are on a revenge mission. Everybody knows the herdsmen, especially the flying herdsmen. They don't just attack people. We have been living with them for centuries. They don't attack people without any cause. So what I think government needs to do is to really bring them up together in a unison and in a holistic form, so that there is peace. And they are ready for that, because if you call them for peace, they come. It's unlike the others, like IPOB. IPOB, the government has been trying to dialogue with them. They still refuse. They are still behind creating a separate state. They're secessionists. Besides being terrorists, they're secessionists. Well, these people are not secessionists. They want peace. They call for it. In fact, they even invited a lot of media. I think Daily Trust is high time it really goes into the bush and have, although they did it before, and the former government prevented it from airing it on air. So why is government afraid of listening to these people? They just want to demonize them and give reasons to come in and divide us and cause mayhem in Nigeria and divide the tribes, like what is happening in Sudan now.
Like he's saying all of that with a very straight face. I don't know what your facial reactions were when you are watching all of that. Maybe that of horror or alarm or shock or bewilderment. I don't know. Like, how did you feel? So he started off by trying to say America is coming to attack Nigeria. Let's clear that. America is not coming to attack Nigeria. Because everything to Tinubu and his gang is politics. And that is why they have been planting all these short stories like America will set up a base in Port Harcourt. America will change the government of Nigeria. America is, all these things they are pushing. They are not random. They are intentional. Now, when you listen to that again, right, where Gumi was saying something about a Muslim president, every time there is a Muslim president, they always find some people to come and remove him. Now, that in itself is called kind of like a gaslighting. It's gaslighting you to make you just begin to say, if America is coming to come and remove Tinubu, me, I'm not supporting that one. I thought they said they are just coming to come and, clear all these terrorists. Yeah, that's what they're coming to do. But we won't be having this conversation if those who are trying to convince you that America is coming to attack Nigeria, if they are saying the same thing to you. So which ordinarily should have questioned their own motives. Do you get what I mean now? What is your motive? That you have become so obsessed, angry, right? That maybe this time around, something can actually be done in destroying those who are killing Nigerians. But to Gumi, saying these people are terrorists killing Nigerians is demonizing them. You understand? Like, don't say that. We talk to them. The secessionists, those ones want to break Nigeria. These ones, we talk to them. They listen to us. And then he says something about them being on revenge, right? Because when they went into the bush, they saw 5,000 bandits, terrorists, including children. And according to him, these are children who lost their parents. Who killed their parents? Who are their parents? Did Nigerian government kill their parents? Did Nigerian army kill their parents? And then they ended up in the hands of what? The Alimajiri system in Nigeria, which they have sustained for decades, every effort to try to modernize it and in a way like to reform it so that these children, abandoned children, who have access to education, have been sort of like, possibly fought against. So Alimajiri system in northern Nigeria, with all those Ile-Keus, all those affairs, right? So it's a primary breeding ground for terrorism in northern Nigeria. So who killed the parents of these children that are now terrorists killing other Nigerians? Gumi won't tell you, but Gumi will make you believe that the terrorists are redeemable. But somebody should probably give him the data. If he speaks to what's that guy from Borno, Zulum, ask Zulum if they keep record. How many repentant terrorists is the state government funding as we speak annually? They will tell you they are in their tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. He brags about that. Children that they kidnapped 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Those children they raped and put in family ways, right? They returned them back today as repentant terrorists and their family. And Nigerian government have been expending tens, hundreds of billions of naira on the project of rehabilitating terrorists. So if Gumi is talking about rehabilitation, talk to them, and de blah, de blah, de blah, there are already thousands, according to these guys, who have passed through this process, this system. But the more they pass through it, the more the terrorism escalates. And this is one of the reasons why. In northern Nigeria, they are doing something called Al-Qunut. Abi Al-Qanut, how do you pronounce it? Qanut, that's a special prayer against America coming to kill Muslims. Because they are telling themselves in their mosque that America is coming to kill Muslims. Wow. Right? So that's why you're going to be seeing all these protests here and there, right? This is one of their mosques in northern Nigeria doing Al-Qunut. You know what I mean?
اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداء الدين اللهم دمر أعداء الدين اللهم دمر أعداءك وأعداء الدين واحمي حوزة الدين يا رب العالمين اللهم آمنا في أوطاننا وأصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا واجعل ولايتنا في من خافك واتقاك واتبع رضاك يا رب العالمين اللهم من أرادنا وأراد الإسلام والمسلمين وأراد الإسلام والمسلمين بسوء أو مكر أو ظلم فعليك به يا رب العالمين اللهم رد كيده عليه يا رب العالمين اللهم اجعل تدبيره في تدبيره يا رب العالمين اللهم اجعل تدبيره في تدبيره يا رب العالمين اللهم ادفع الظالمين بالظالمين اللهم ادفع الظالمين بالظالمين اللهم ادفع الظالمين بالظالمين واخرجنا منهم بين ايديهم سالمين اللهم عليك بأميرك وترم يا رب العالمين.
Let me save you time. Do you know the sad thing about that video? That they are doing Al-Qunut, a prayer for Muslim protections. Guess who they are praying Allah to protect them from? Donald Trump. That's the prayer. They are not praying to Allah to protect them from their brothers in arms, killing their other fellow brothers, Muslims, and other Nigerians. Like to feel that empathy and say, we pray to Allah to protect all of us, protect us from who? From Donald Trump. Inside their mosques. Outside their mosques, they are also mental, right? Like this clown.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Comrade Muhammad Ali Ringim. an ex-security expert. Securing lives and properties is my area of specialization. I want to see this very moment to call upon His Excellency, the United States of American President, Mr. Donald Trump, my good friend, to please be aware that Nigeria, we are not suffering from religiosism, tribalism. We are not persecuting Christians. We are always living together with Christians and Buddhists, Sikhs, Hindus, Taos, Maos, Confucius, Baha'is, Rastas, Satanists, and Shantos. All these religious denominations, if they may be at Nigeria, we are living peaceably with them because we are suffering from humanitarianism. Mr. Donald Trump, let me be aware that Nigeria is not Vietnam. Nigeria is not Afghanistan. Nigeria is not Iraq. Nigeria is not Iran. Nigeria is not Venezuela. If you attempt to encourage and make aggression and send your armed forces to Nigeria to wage war, it's an unscrupulousness. But be aware that our mosquitoes, they are waiting for your soldiers to bite them and infect them with malaria fever to die instantly. And more so, I heard last minute that Lieutenant General Chiwait Anjuma made a blatant falsified allegation against the Nigerian armed forces. He stated that Nigerian armed forces, they are conniving, conspiring, collaborating with bandits, which is a blatant falsified lie. Chiwait Anjuma, be warned. I know you very well since Murtala Mohammed administration. Before you become a madman, you are sensible. You are the chief of army staff in Nigeria. But for you to accuse our armed forces, more especially the soldiers and our security agencies, for conniving and working together with bandits, is a blatant falsified lies. And if you are among the people that are instigating United States of America to come and wage war at Nigeria, our black people armed forces, they are gallant. They can fight you.
Thank you very much. I'm move past you. You know I'm more rich me guy. I swear to God that talk. I'm move past you. I'm move past you, gege. I'm move past you. Ask anybody. See, you go argue this thing, but I swear to God I'm move past you. You don't see how they move before. Me gege. I'm move past you. I'm move past you. You know.
So somebody just pulling around. In fact, there are some of them, by the way, that strongly believes that America is coming to fight war with them. Okay? And then in that kind of belief, they expect other Africans to join them because Nigeria is the most populous black nation on earth, as well as the most populated black nation on earth. So therefore, people will need to come and defend Nigeria and all. I say, with what? With what? Number one, America is not coming to attack Nigeria. These clowns are fooling themselves and they are actually making foolish of themselves. The reason why I'm not going to wholly stick to that is because they are also very much intentional because they know what they are doing. So they are making fool of themselves in the sense that they are telling us that they are ready to die fighting the Americans if they dare come to Nigeria to eliminate these terrorists. That's what they are saying. So that's why I said they are making a fool of themselves. But they are intentional because they are not foolish. Not all of them. At least those who are directing the narratives, they are not stupid. American getting involved is beyond just coming in to shoot, to drop something on this terrorist. No. It's more than that. It includes sanctions. It includes arrests. Gumi mentioned it. It includes elimination of some people. It includes cutting the financial stream of these terrorists. It includes a lot. So some of you are saying that America should come, America should, you can't wait. And, it's more than just coming in to fire some terrorists and go back. I think it's going to be more than that. And the only thing that is going to take away from all this clown is the control. For them to actually really be involved, they would then need to open up their own intels. They need to open up their own national this and that. Something they won't willingly want to give up. So, and if America won't be able to get through your intel and the rest of that, so how are you going to, how can you say you're helping them? I'm not saying they should give it to them in that sense. So I'm just saying this is what will likely play out. So it's more than just bombing the terrorists, guys. And that is why Pastor Adeboye's message to his church and indirectly to all of you, but especially to Tifnumbu and his gang, is that they should do something fast. Because this whole thing can turn and change overnight. And this conversation we're having right now will be so different to the conversation we're going to be having then. So others are saying that why is Adeboye saying it publicly when he can easily just call Remi Werekwe rats? Then others are saying maybe there is no much closeness between them anymore. Or Adeboye is just virtue signaling. It's like just signaling virtue, right? Trying to get the attention of Kolu and his government to come to him and maybe invite him or something. Or people are saying that he could get that. Well, maybe he doesn't even have that anymore. Or maybe it's not like what you think it is. But whatever this is, right? This message has been all over the place. I have a part of it I want to share with you. A message where Pastor Adeboye was asking Donald Trump to give Nigeria 3 months, 100 days, 90 days, 100 days, for the Nigerian government to now give a mandate to these new service chiefs to go after these terrorists, mob them out. And if they couldn't get rid of them in 3 months, they should resign and America should come in. Did you watch that yesterday? Did you? Now, give me a sec. A very quick one to our viewers, okay? We are like almost 3,000 of us on YouTube right now, which is great. Thank you. Now, you need to take a moment. If you can, please take a moment, like the broadcast. Then subscribe to my channel if you have been here for like some time, right? Yeah, subscribe to the channel as well. Set your notifications, but most importantly, like the broadcast. So I checked the start yesterday, just curiously. And I discovered that 37% of those of you who watches Mayegun, you are never subscribing. You didn't. You only just search for Mayegun and you come here, you watch, and you just leave. 37% is quite a number. Imagine 37% of the viewers right now decided to just subscribe. That would likely be like 500 of you or 700 of you. Just saying. So please, if you enjoy these charts, this is what we do every time this platform opens up live like this. Conversations that are real, and you are 100% welcome to be involved. Pastor Adeboye and his own, let me say my own. Watch this.
What should we do now? I'm talking to you as my children. If I were asked to make suggestions, I would say quietly to our government, move fast. Move diplomatically. Move wisely. Find a way to convince the President of America to please delay his actions for about 100 days. And then come home and tell our security chiefs get rid of these terrorists within 90 days or resign. Now that, I'm sure, will sound familiar to those of you who have been following situation in Nigeria. There was a president, unfortunately, he's dead now, as Buhari, who issued such an order. Some of you will remember. Who called the service chief together and said, I give you 3 months. Get rid of all these Boko Haram people or resign. He's not around to tell you who gave him that advice. He ran with that advice, but he didn't follow it through. Because he gave the order as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. But amid the security operatives moved fast. The 3 months went, and the work was not done. So I went to see him. It wasn't the news, so this time somehow the press got to know that I visited him. Of course, they were not there when we talked. And unfortunately, like I said, he's not alive now. Or else I would have asked you to go and ask him. Sir, why didn't you follow through? Because when 3 months passed and the work wasn't done, why didn't you proceed with your, are we going to call it threat? I won't tell you the details, but one thing came out of that meeting. Which would lead me to my next advice to our government. In case there's any of you who can get across to them. That when giving orders to the service chief this time round, we should make it clear to them that they are not only to eliminate the terrorists, they should eliminate their sponsors. No matter how influential they may be. And when I say my people, when I say our leaders should move fast, move diplomatically, they have to be and move wisely. They must take note of the fact that if America should attack us, China is not coming to defend us. Russia will not come to defend us. All the so-called world leaders, they will talk. They will condemn what America had done in strongest. What?
You know what I wanted to play after that? And I was like, I'll take a break before I play that. Did you notice that I used the word attack? The reason why I'm telling them to move fast and move diplomatically, because before America attack us, Baba Adeboye, us. Who are the us? The America will start bombing all of us. Eh? And you know all this Mama CAC, Mama redeems. All this Mama redeem. Eh? That's what they'll say. They'll start praying. Once they go back home, and they are doing this, their prayers, like, morning prayer, evening prayer, or even their parishes prayers. They will now have prayer point for Nigeria. Say, Heavenly Father, touch the heart of Donald Trump not to attack Nigeria. Heavenly Father, Baba, they will be praying that God should touch Donald Trump not to attack Nigeria. Meanwhile, what they are doing is they are praying that the terrorists should not be touched. Don't ever think that is random. Oh. That's one thing about these guys. So they are not stupid. Oh. They're smarter than what you can imagine. Oh. It's not a sleep. When you see their media talk about attack Nigeria, attack Nigeria, this or that, don't think they are stupid. That is what you call the, the kind of like a social engineering. And before you know it, millions of people will believe that America is going to attack them. And there's nothing you are going to say to them because they have heard it on the radio. They have read it in the papers. They've heard it from their GO. They have also heard it from other people that they respect a lot. So it's you, random person on social media, that's now going to tell them that America is not coming to attack. And they will not start telling you about Afghanistan, Iraq, Kinikon. But they won't tell you that there is America in Poland, of course. There is America in some of these European countries, by the way. Yeah. And you heard about Japan. Yeah. America was in Japan. And where is Japan today? America was in Vietnam, the famous one, Abi. Where is Vietnam today? And Nigeria. So you will see them begin to explain to you that you don't know what you are talking about. You are too ignorant. You don't know geopolitics. Geopolitics is America just need a single reason to come. They don't give a shit about Christians. They don't get this or that. You know those people who are telling you all of that? They've heard it from people they respected a lot. Little talk. Put it in their brain. It will germinate. They will figure it out at the end of the day. You don't need to do much. Just warn them. tell them about this or that, making everybody ignore the real elephant in the room, the advancing terrorists, slaughtering Nigerians like there is no government in Nigeria. America, Trump. People barely even speak about Tinubu or call his name anymore. It's like they practically believe that their government can't do more than is doing right now. So if they are not dead yet, okay, that simply means that with time, yeah, maybe the problem will just fizzle out. It's been 15 years, brothers and sisters. It's been 15 years. The reason why it lasted this long is because those who are behind the terrorism are those in government. It may be hard for you to believe. And that's why you need an external sort of like person to come and tell us what is really going on. Because they won't tell you. They won't tell you. They have perfected the art of keeping quiet. You read about all these killings, you read about all these kidnappings. Government won't make a statement. Not even the local government where this happened. Not even the state where this happened. Talk less of the federal government of the country. Not the military, not the police. No statements. You just read it in the papers. Boom. Everybody just kind of like focus on their next Gary. So the government has perfected that. I don't see anything. If you say something like that, whatever you say is what they will be holding and criticize you. That's how you have a government. So right now, it's now like, are you afraid of a Nigeria where you no longer have to talk about Fulani terrorists, Boko Haram terrorists, like you begin to talk about them in past tense? Do you not want that? You want Nigerianist. Then break up the contraption and save the lives of those who are here now and those who are yet to come. There's a reverend called Reverend Ezekiel Dashomo or Dekomo. He's from Plateau State. He's been one of he's a parishioner there, right? So he's been one of the chief mourners burying the young, the old, slaughtered by these terrorists in Plateau State from his own axis, where Fulani terrorists have been doing for years to penetrate and possibly take over. Fortunately, they have been screaming, crying, until they realize that the government don't give a damn about them. That even where the military comes around, right, and could see these terrorists migrating and moving on their bikes and all that, right, that the military would rather just shoot in the air, like to make them know that they are here, or not go after them. So America come and help us. So they have become the face of the Christian genocide in Nigeria. As we speak, his cry is one of those, his videos are one of the things that people use as evidence of the recent genocide against the Christians in Nigeria. They are no longer listening to Nigerian government, by the way, like they know Nigerian government will lie and cover it up. So they continue to put out the evidence, and which indeed has put his life in danger. They've told him they're going to kill him. He said it, and he said he's told his family members that if for any reason he got kidnapped, they shouldn't pay any ransom to any of these terrorists too. No, let them kill me. It simply means, yeah, I would sacrifice my own blood. Don't give them money. Right now, he's using the time he's had, because there's no real protection for him, by the way. So he's using the time he's got left to keep pushing, helping the victims of these attacks, because people are beginning to kind of like, reach out and help while wait for, God knows, that evil day, if it ever comes. So in his church, and I believe this was this morning, right? He was talking to his congregation. Then he had these guests, Nigerian military, Nigerian army, who were there to reassure him that, again, okay, like the rest of the world, I've seen your videos, your cries, your those gory pictures, right? Listen, we have seen them too. And we just want you to know that we are not going to look away and let the terrorists make you a target and kill you. And not just yourself, even the people in this your community. Now that took place, right? Today, first, the man himself, hang on, I think, yeah, the man himself.
This is a good one. Because my life some people have put money on my head. And they gave 7 days, they are chanting. Even in Sokoto, they are casting spell on my life, but they will not get anything. I've never cheated my wife. I've never stolen your money in the church. I love including my enemy. I love the Fulani. I gave them form to go to Makkah. This thing that God has placed in my heart is something that always develops courage and confidence. I don't have an enemy and I will never have an enemy. Because if I do, I'm in trouble. God said, love your enemy, cares for your enemy. I've worked with all the sectors that have been here, giving them help to succeed in their leadership. And I give God the glory. Even the past Josie that left Abubakar, that now is in Borno, we worked together. We were able to stop cattle rustling that is going on within this place. The former Miyetti Allah was killed. I was very sad, crying in my room, my patient room in India. I was just running home. How managed the former Miyetti Allah leader? We worked together. He stood for Fulani people. Went against the arrogance that are there. The same thing I was doing, the same thing in our jurisdiction, under my leadership, Fan and the rest, in which we succeeded in walking among our youth. They stopped cattle rustling, not only stopping it, they arrest train cows that comes from Fulani areas. They brought it to Sakto, and they call the owner. They discover it is their children that are walking. We want to start again with my brother, my superior. We are going to give him support.
So that was him speaking directly to these military officers, these army officers in his church, telling them that this is not even me doing this for Christians and my flock alone. I have worked with other groups. I've worked with the leadership of other tribes, including Fulanis, the Miyetti Allahs and all of them, to at least provide a bit of a solution to all this madness. But they've done all they could. And yet, there is a bounty on his head. They want him killed. All over the social media, his image are there with some of these extremists, sharing them and saying he demolished his own house, a burnt building that collapsed. They took the picture because he was in there. They took the picture and they said, oh, he burned down his own house. He burned down his church so that he could get donations. You see all these scallywags, right? Their intention is to see if they could water this down as much as possible. They are distractions, right? Because everything depends solely on the action of Etiknumbu and his government. Their action or their inaction. That's what will determine what's going to happen next. No? Here is the response of one of the military officers in this church. Their own assurance. So now we probably should have confidence that they won't kill this man like they killed the former CAN leader in that axis as well. You know that man they butchered. There was this old man. Yeah. They kidnapped him. I think they say he's a CAN leader or CAN chairman of that axis or something. Right? They kidnapped him. They demanded for 1 billion naira or something. So the family and everybody raised 50 million naira. So they rejected it. You know what they did to him? Oh, they went live on Facebook. They put him in a ditch, tied his hands to his back. He was half naked, right? And they made him face this like I'm facing you right now. While he's there and they are talking, videoing, like live video, somebody was behind him, a terrorist holding a machete, swinging it and swinging it and swinging it, and whack from behind. Whack. The head fell off. Live on Facebook. The guy's response, by the way.
Praise the Lord. Amen. Praise Master Jesus. Amen. Okay, I am Major General Fulusho Oilola. I am from Osun State and the General Officer commanding 3 Division Nigerian Army, as well as Commander of Operation Enduring Peace. It gives me great joy to be here and to meet you, Pastor. It is really an honor. And I must say that this is the first time I am worshiping outside the palace. So it gives me joy that I am also worshiping here in Kochi, in Barakallah. Of course, Pastor is somebody who is very popular, and I purposed in my heart that I had to come and get to meet him. So, sir, really, I'm honored to meet you, and I'm sure we'll communicate better after the service. I want us to realize that the armed forces of Nigeria, the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Navy, the Nigerian Air Force, the police is your armed forces, it's your army, it's your police. I want you to realize that we are here for you. We are part of you. It's not a case of the army is different and over there and the people are here. We are all mandated to ensure that Nigeria is safe, is secure, and everybody can thrive in it. But we must have peace, because if there is no peace, there will be no development. And by God's grace, that peace, we shall get it. Either by fire or by force. One thing is certain, this crisis has been on for getting to 25 years now. But what we should realize is that in all the parties that cause these problems, we have criminals in every segment. Once there is peace, there are some people who are not happy, because it's when there is crisis that they make money from the woes that they inflict on people. I want you all to realize that, please, Operation Enduring Peace is deployed here to ensure the safety and security of everybody. We are here for all citizens of Nigeria. However, we cannot succeed without input from you. We cannot be everywhere. It's just not possible. But please, if you see something, say something. When you talk to us, I assure you that we are going to respond, no matter the time of the day, no matter where we are. And Pastor, I heard you saying that you are ready to die, put your life. I want to assure you that nobody can kill you until God says it's time for you to come home. And within our own resources, we shall ensure that we do everything to protect you. So you are still going to be here for a very long time. Don't worry about that. So please always reach out to us. You know, now that you are seeing me talking, you know when they say Jews looks like very, very far away. Look at me here now. I am the Jews. And I'm very sure if I was not in uniform and sitting down right there within you, you wouldn't even know who I am. So the fact is that we are all human beings. Blood is in our veins. We are the same people. There's no difference between you and I. But I agree the killings have been going on for too long. We will do our best to stop the killings on all sides. Because on all sides you have all these issues. It makes absolutely no reason why a human being should be killed. Lives are too precious, and I assure you that as long as I am the commander of Operation Enduring Peace, we will ensure that we stamp out all the killings, stop all the craziness, and stop all the criminals from doing anything wrong. On this note, I wish everybody very well. May God bless you all and grant your heart's desires in Jesus' name.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt.
I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
Ìgbà kan máa dé, àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá, yé. Ìgbà kan máa dé, àsìkò kọ́ṣì ń bọ̀ wá, yé. Tólórò máa sáré, ọlọ́pàá máa sáré, yé. Ayé máa sáré, ẹyẹ tí ò dúró rere máa sáré, yé. Àlórà máa sáré, HS tí kò mọ kankan máa sáré. Everybody máa sáré, gbogbo wa pátá máa sáré, yé. Ìgbà yẹn ti dé, àsìkò yẹn náà là wá. Ìgbà yẹn ti dé, àsìkò yẹn náà là wá. Everybody máa sáré, ọlọ́pàá máa sáré, àwọn tó ń ṣòro gan máa sáré, olúmọlẹ̀ máa sáré, àpènà máa sáré, olúwo ìlú gan máa sáré, everybody pátápátá máa sáré, gbogbo wa máa sáré, àwọn ọmọ fantasy base máa sáré, àwọn ọmọ túmọ̀rọ̀.
Everybody, pátápátá ló máa sáré. So that's the military officer assuring the people of their security because of their presence. So if you are in that if you are in that community, you actually have to breathe the fresh air, like have a breath of a fresh air. See, let's hope so, because we have had cases, numerous cases, where these terrorists are carrying out attacks in the neighboring communities, and the military are here, right? All they have to do is just to hold their position. As long as the terrorists won't spill over here, they can keep doing what they are doing there. People have reported that, and the terrorists will operate for hours, and when they are done, long gone, right? The military will now come in order to prevent the community from grouping and staging a reprisal attack. You get that now? So having the military around you doesn't guarantee real safety. But sometimes I actually do feel sorry. Did you listen to that soldier? He's a Yoruba man from Osun State. He's commanding Operation Enduring Peace or something in Plateau State, supposedly fighting the Fulani terrorists and the other terrorists who ordinarily are very much known to be killing the Nigerian soldiers like Omo. They are not Nigerian soldiers. They will kidnap soldiers, then they will kill them. And yet, when the soldiers tried and arrested some of them, they get released under the guise of repentant terrorism or the repentant terrorists. So when you talk about the northern Nigeria and you're unbothered, just know that there are Yorubas, Igbos, Igalas, Ijos, Shekiris, Berom, Nupe, Jokums, Baggies, Ijebus that are likely drafted to these areas too, who are working with a compromised intel, where they are putting their lives in danger, not because they are not professionally trained enough, but because they are fighting, they have a name for this kind of a war. Oh, I forgot. So, okay. Asymmetric. Is that what they call the asymmetric war? Don't mind me. That's what comes to my head. It may actually be rubbish. All right. But you get what I mean? Like, it's kind of the war that your entire command, your security structure is compromised already. So there is war within war. The intel you are working with is not 100% guaranteed that it's not actually like your own ticket to your death. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So when you talk about these places, the loss or all these losses, right? They are not limited to maybe, the northerners. Oh, it's because they are killing themselves. They are slaughtering everybody who is involved. Everyone. And all because you have a compromised government who continue to empower terrorists, the sponsor. It's very simple. America is not saying your government is sponsoring the killings. America is saying Your government can stop the killings. But what they are doing is to manage the killings, which is unacceptable. So putting them on CPC, placing sanctions on some of them, is to force them to do what they have the power to do. Nigeria have the power to clear these terrorists back to America. Like Nigeria can clear all these terrorists in 6 months. Maybe say person they make mouth 6 months. Nigeria have all the resources. They have the men. They also have the resources, which includes the weapons and all of that, right? If that is not enough, Nigeria have the money to hire thousands of mercenaries that will go into the nitty-gritty part of that contraption and clear these people out. So what America is doing is that go and deal with these people. Now, no more pampering, no more this nonsense you are doing. Go and deal with them now. If you don't, okay, we'll deal with you. We'll put fire under you. Now, if that fire is not enough, we are going to come after the terrorists ourselves. These are the proposal. These are the proposition. None of them says they are attacking you tomorrow or next week. The thing is that Donald Trump is somebody that may not wait for weeks or months. He could wake up tomorrow, which is what makes this whole thing even more complicated. So Tinubu and his gang are not showing any move that they want to go after these guys. They want to maintain the status quo. They also want to kind of direct or control the narrative at home so that people will begin to, when people begin to show their displeasure, maybe America will realize that this is a bad market. Let's leave them and their problems, Jerry. Do you think that's going to happen? No? Okay. I don't. Adeboye also said,
the second time ever was some years ago when the current president at that time said all churches should protest around the streets where their churches are, protesting against killings going on in Nigeria, particularly against Christians. That day, on the Sunday that he said we should go out, I went out around the Butemeta. It was in the news. If you go into the archive, you see the television people. I think they came specially to cover me. And they focus on my placard. If I know a time like this will come, maybe I would have covered, I would have kept a video. On my placard, I wrote, every soul is precious to God. That's what's in my own placard, and I carried it myself. Every soul is precious to who? To God. Christian souls, Muslim souls, even enemy souls. That's what I believe then. That's what I believe now. Because every soul you kill, for whatever reason, you are robbing God, the one who created every soul for his pleasure. And until the president of Ghana says something about the evil that is going on, I will not be talking. What do you mean you will not be talking? I mean, I won't be talking to the people outside. There's nothing wrong in me talking to my own children. The second time ever for some years.
He was reminiscing on his role that eventually brought in the APC. Egbekegbe. Now, here is a quick reminder again. Just, I have to, okay? Please, if you haven't really liked the broadcast, usually I could, just take a minute, sip in the water and wait for the likes to actually get to 1,000. So we've been nearly 3,000 for over 90 minutes now, or at least over 60 minutes. So we could only get to 700 first on YouTube, yeah. Okay, so take a moment. It doesn't take much. I actually appreciate that though, all right? So if we can take it straight up to 1,000, if you have liked the broadcast, just once is okay, just once. Don't do it twice, just once, and continue the engagements as you are having your chats in the comments. I just thought I should remind you. I'm going to remind you again, okay? At the point, Reverend Kuka, you know him. They call him Reverend Father Kuka. Is partly or mainly part of the establishment in Nigeria. His story is very long, okay? So recently, he was made, at the early stage, by the way, he was made to speak out and debunk the genocide going on in Nigeria. According to him, like others, Nigerians live in peace, we love ourselves, we don't blah, and all that stuff. But when Donald Trump sent the second message, it kind of like the reality was done on everybody, like, you know what, this could actually really get bad. So in their recent gathering, where they are doing all of their usual all talks, no actions, right? Father Kuka, addressing the attendees of Ruben about his birthday, I think 60th birthday, I think. Right? So he said, Donald Trump is a symptom of what is wrong with Nigeria, or Nigeria's problems. I have no idea what he meant by that, right? Or maybe we can hear. Listen.
I think all of us are confusing Trump for a sickness. He's a symptom, not a disease. Okay? Trump is a symptom of the disease that is in our country. Now, I think it's Yoruba people that say that it doesn't matter if a snake is dead, whether a woman kill him or whether a snake is dead. So whether it is Trump or whoever that has given us this jab, it is time for Nigeria to wake up. Let me say something. I don't know whether they remember. You're going to be told later about how President Jonathan became a president. There is an incident. Many of you remember the National Peace Committee that I convened in 2015 when there was an apocalyptic diagnosis that Nigeria was going to collapse. And the tension that existed at that moment, something happened. And it was about getting President Jonathan and General Buhari to sign a commitment to free, fair, and credible elections in Nigeria. We fixed the appointment. President Jonathan gave us the time. We went. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, it happened to be now President Tinubu's birthday in Lagos, and Buhari and everybody had to come for that birthday. Now, just at the end, it was just there was only 1 or 2 days more to elections. And we needed to get both of them in one room. And it proved almost literally impossible. President Jonathan was going to go to, what's the state? Delta State. And his schedule had already been concluded. Then, of course, at about midnight, General Buhari came back, and I woke up in the morning only to be told that President Buhari was available and would come for the signing of the peace accord. President Jonathan was going to be in Warri or Asaba at 9. They were supposed to depart at 9. I think this story is very important.
àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ yìí ó dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tí ọpọlọ rẹ̀ yòrò tàbí ẹni tí Ọlọ́run fi síbi aláṣà àwọn ọpọlọ rẹ̀ bí ọpọlọ ikú. Ó jọ mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tọpọlọ rẹ̀ ò tó nǹkan rárá tàbí ètò wà ń bẹ kó má tiẹ̀ wúlò mọ́ rárá.
I don't want to waste your time again because I've got loads of stuff to still share with us. And it's ideal to just like make them snappy like that, right? So Kuka is part of the establishment. There are those guys who is one of those guys who work with Abdusalami Abubakar, walking about with this their peace accord. Yeah, peace accord that they always make governorship candidates, presidential candidate to sign, that they will encourage free and fair elections. There will be no bribery and the rest of that, okay? There will be no violence as well. Only for violence to happen, riggings to happen, disputes here and there. And when you begin to call the peace accord people, they don't disappear. Guess what? They are already regrouping again to go and congratulate the IS rigger, the person that they've declared. So you get. And to them, they've achieved peace. So he's been doing that for years. All right? So he's part of the problem himself. Just so we are clear. So he said that Donald Trump is the symptom of the disease that is wrong with Nigeria, right? What is that disease? Well, he was going to tell you, it's pure waste of time anyway. So he was going to tell you that the disease is that leaders must be committed to the country. Are you right? Tell us about that. Yeah? But we'll leave, what do you call him? Let's leave Kuka and go a little bit further. Okay? So this time, one is for a man who says if Gumi was to be in Saudi Arabia, by now, they would have arrested him. By all these shenanigans, like terrorists are attacking Muslims in Saudi Arabia, like they have claimed that they have killed them, like they have killed Muslims in Nigeria, right? No, then one of them is talking this balderdash. And I agree with him.
Person who is trying to protect a territory and a race. Yeah. Because the person will not like this thing to end, and then Mr. President, who is a politician who also will face re-election, he is trying to buy into it, and they have removed a particular security chief we have had. This is Nigeria. This is about our country. Yeah. Because that person is insisting that these people must be crushed. And now another person is saying, no, let us negotiate with them. They listen to Sheikh Gumi, who is saying that we should be negotiating with them, who is always sitting down with them.
This is the same Sheikh Gumi who went to Saudi Arabia. And they said that the man is a security threat. And then they didn't allow him to come and do his pilgrimage. They sent him back home.
They sent him back home. And it is only in Nigeria that kind of person will be given media space to be repeating the fact that these terrorists are not bad people, that we need to negotiate with them. And then they will invite them into a meeting with their guns. And then the security people will be guarding them. And they will enter their buses and they will drive away like that. And the following day, they will gather before Mr. President to say, this is what we are doing. Mr. President will tell them to crush them, do away with them. But they have been holding meetings with them. Person who...
We are a poor nation. The bank coal will follow. They say firewood, not smoke. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, shine it, and tell the West, if you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. They're doing.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry.
I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
Please, forget it. I don't think Dele Alake feels sane. No, I don't think so. Since this Donald Trump announcement, Dele Alake feels stronger than what Tinubu felt. Like, you know what? Forget it. Not Dele.
Even this narrative of Nigeria, why the US is labeling Nigeria and all that, the narrative emanated from here. In actual fact, there are some groups who are angry politically that they lost elections, and they started pushing this narrative in the US up until yesterday. There's a letter here which I'm sure is already on the social media, written by a group of Nigerians, signed, applauding, sending the letter to the president of the US, applauding him for labeling Nigeria as a place of concern, just purely for political prejudice.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
You know, so that we are clear, that's the Dele Alake. But there is an Hausa guy who has a message for Tinubu in all of this ulabalu. Because to him, he's an Hausa man. Every time people go to see Tinubu to talk about things in the north, they are Fulanis. I was like, right. What are you talking about?
As a Hausa person, I am suggesting that Hausa people should be given opportunity and privilege to assess Mr. President at any time. The same way Fulani people are given that opportunity of seeing Mr. President all the time. You see, yesterday, Sultan of Sokoto visited Mr. President in his office, and they discussed about issues of insecurity that is ravaging northern part of Nigeria, Hausa land to be precise. Which it is someone who is Hausa by extraction that is supposed to go and see Mr. President, so that he will tell him exactly what the problem of Hausa land is. But actually it is of an unfair treatment to us Hausa people to be represented by Fulani all the time in all these kind of places. Sultan of Sokoto is a member of Mieti Allah, is a chairman board of trustees of this Mieti Allah. The same Mieti Allah association, that is Pure Fulani association that America is trying to declare as the terrorist group. It is well known to all of us that we know the stance of this. There are forums, the Fulani forums, Mieti Allah and what have you. Their stance is that to negotiate with bandits, allow them to go freely with their weapons untouched, build hospitals, schools, take any social amenity for them to enjoy themselves better than the way you, a patriotic Nigerian, is enjoying. Who are the members and sponsors of this, their Fulani forums? It is your governor, my governor, your senator, the former ones and the current ones. You are imams, because all of them are the members of this, their Fulani forums. They never thought of, okay, let us help our Hausa people to build their own Hausa forums. None of them ever thought about this. None of them. Okay, Nazwa. So now tell me, my brother, what will become the fate of our national security if I tell you that the people who are advising President on security matters are all the members of this Fulani Forum that we are talking about? As a Hausa...
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. I am mumu na too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise.
If there is something, as much as it's quite like heartbreaking for some of you, right? If there is something that APC really achieved in Nigeria, right? It is to tell all of us, or should we say, to remind all of us of who we are. That is what others have now interpreted to Nigerians are more divided now. When I was growing up, we used to sing Wazobia, 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 3 major ethnic group in Nigeria. That's the meaning though, because it's kind of like the condescending for other tribes in Nigeria. So there are ethnic groups in Nigeria, right? Wazobia, Wazobia, Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, kind of like, you know, then others. Then, when this APC, when they came in, this whole thing started 10 years ago. There's nothing called Hausa Fulani. There is nothing called Hausa Fulani. No. Fulani have no real land in Nigeria. And I have no apology if you're a Fulani watching me. Don't feel bad. It's your history. You do not. There are places where, as conquered, they consider them as their lands. Northern Nigeria, that is, they are turning to Sharia now. They are Hausa land. A place that is not different from what you have in southern Nigeria, where everybody could do whatever they want. However, when APC, Egbekegbe came in, they started gumbody. Fulani terrorists started gumbody. So they started including Hausa Fulani, everything, Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani. What's Hausa Fulani? There is Hausa, there are Hausas, there are Fulanis. It's like somebody saying, Igbo Yoruba, Igbo Yoruba, Yoruba Igbo, Yoruba Igbo. Like, there's nothing like that. Then they said, no, they've crossbreeded, they've intermarried and all that. Oh, are you saying all of them are intermarried, that what you have in northern Nigeria is just Hausa Fulani, but it was actually a political statement. They used that to further deceive those who are called Hausas, because they made them believe that they are the same. But you see all these killings that you are witnessing or getting that put Nigeria on the map as a terror country. Most of the victims in the core north, they are Hausas. There are documentaries of where the Hausas are demanding for weapons. They are demanding for recognition. Can you even believe that today, Hausas are demanding for recognition out of the 19 states in northern Nigeria, right? Where you remove those ones from the middle belt, right? You probably will have like another 12 of those 12. So I think 11 of them are Fulani in the core north. So those who are the real Hausas and the rest of them, right? They just kind of like scrabble for any crumb, anything they could give to them. They just have to come body. That's why most of them couldn't really complain about the killings. Because when you look at some of the clerics, they belong to Miyetti Allah. They belong to this Izala. They belong to all these other Islamic, the conk Islamic groups. They own big mosques. And they are all linked to Fulani. So how do you think they kind of like silence the Hausas? How? Political power play. So majority of them are beginning to feel like they have to speak up too. So the real shock you are going to witness in northern Nigeria is not what has been explained yet, in my own opinion. Because northern Nigeria is not just Hausa and Fulanis. There are more than another maybe 300 to 400, probably maybe like over 1,000 other tribes from different communities that are all joined, that intertwined together. But because of state creation, they are doing all these demarcations. They just cut everybody here, cut some here, cut some there. You know what I mean? The real thing is that APC, Egbekegbe, has shown all of us who we are in this dear Nigeria. This is Nigeria of APC now. So you get to know where you belong. You need to, except if you are lying to yourself. Yeah, living in denial. That one is very much prevalent. There's a lot of that. Isaac.
Look at a country that budgets trillion for security and they are still negotiating with bandits. Look at bandits in government house and now think whether we are not a country of concern. Look at this. Is this normal? Can this happen in other countries, even Ghana? Look at bandits. Look at them negotiating with governments. If we can get help, we should get help. This is not normal. You can't run a nation like this, negotiating with bandits. Look at them. Is this normal? No be country inside country where they live so. Did they watch her? This not country inside country. Look at the way they welcome themselves. Did they watch? Inside life. Fight alive. This government, security is zero. As a Nigerian, you are not safe.
Maybe pastors who are praying for you, imams they pray for you, you are very prayerful and all of that. Nigeria will likely put you to shame. Nigeria is a place where you have to question your God. Nigeria is a place where men of God have been kidnapped and killed. And you know that moment, won't you question that God and say, God, you're supposed to save me. That's what Nigeria will do to you. Will get you and push 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 you to the point where you are going to begin to question that God and begin to fight and say, oh, more. You are not able, you know what I mean? So if you think your faith will be enough, Nigeria would make you question your faith. That's what bad leadership does. It doesn't help anyone. Now, let's leave this issue of what's going to happen if Trump decided to act now. We are always going to continue from where we are stopping, okay? So we're going to go to further now. Let's go into the elections in Anambra State. But before I get into that, right, let me give you another quick reminder. If you haven't really shared this video, you can do that now as well. If you have already liked the broadcast, don't like it again. Once is okay? But if you haven't really liked the broadcast, we are still far off from 1,000, even though we are like about 2,000 something, right? So please, a reminder, kindly take a moment and like the broadcast, okay? 2027 is a bit far, isn't it? However, they are having what they call the midterm elections in Nigeria, off-cycle elections. These are elections that came to elections of governors in some states due to court judgments that changed the previously declared winners, which then made it impossible for these states to match up with the rest of the country. So they call them off-cycle elections. Normally, if you can say, oh, because the reason why they rig election in Nigeria is because Nigeria is so big and you don't expect it to be so perfect. However, if your umpire, INEC, right, is indeed interested in conducting any real election for real, these off-cycle elections will be the best possible way to practicalize what they intend to reciprocate nationally in your general election. Sure, you get. Unfortunately, the story is the same. Nigerians have become so poor that politicians have weaponized poverty against the people, right? So in Anambra State, where Soludo has been in charge for almost 4 years now, and he was running for second term. So he's got it, by the way, he's been re-elected. That is not the reason why you are watching this. it is how the same culture of vote buying, ridiculous things they give to people, that people ended up still have to like go and vote for these rogues. And then afterward, like everybody comes back to complain about bad governance and the rest of them. Like, this is 2025. You would think by now you would never see possibly things like this. Let me show you something. Let's go to Anambra, by the way. Here.
Oh, my, you don't make it. You can't make it. You can't make
to vote for APGA for solution government to continue. 4 years. Aso ya bụ na ọzọ na-asị nkịta akụ niile metụ aka n'obi ka ha bata Afrịka.
Yeah, some were given rappers. And you were right. Somebody said that it started from Edo. No, it's always been the whole thing, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that they're going to have another one next year. I think that will be Oshun. They have another one in Oshun. That's what you're going to see as well in 2026. Then in 2027. Those are the people that you would think, with what they have been through, in their numbers, they should be able to reject this kind of, hardship. But no, doesn't work like that. So today in Anambra, where Obi also voted, they said this sharing of money was actually done by both APC and PDP. Here you get. So the APC candidate had this to say himself in that same election. It wasn't today, it was yesterday.
You have to be qualified to vote and be voted for. Please just approve. And then it feels this state. Not because I'm the one as a candidate of the APC, but because I'm an Anambra citizen with the full right to vote. And I'm happy to be here to vote.
Did you witness any challenge in terms of voting or to try to get yourself involved? Any challenges, or what do you think INEC should do in improving this exercise moving forward?
Well, you see, when you're a candidate, you want to vote. They are called this kind of celebrating treatment. But from what I've been hearing from here and there, there have been hitches, small problem here and there. There have been security challenges here and there. But loudly, they have been vote by, specific vote by. And then that has become the biggest menace that actually will shunt this country to a point of standstill. But it will come to a point that when people are get opportunity to be in power, they don't have to do anything.
Can you be specific?
All right, sir, can you just tell us your observation? What you observe now you're on the field?
Well, my observation is what I'm trying to tell you now. From one or two things, and then as one or two places my people have visited, and then we are here in my community, I'm going to here and there. Right now, there are many things that are going up, issue of vote buying, and maybe some of you have noticed it. And it is collective treasury that is being looted and shared back.
So they accused them of buying votes. And Peter Obi himself, who also voted, his party scored about 10,000 votes. Soludo had a landslide by scoring over 500,000 votes. By scoring over 400,000 votes, rather. I'll show you the figure, right? And the next step person is the APC guy that just spoke there, right? So he scored 100,000. So Peter Obi's party, before Peter Obi's party, there is another one. Then Peter Obi's party, Labour Party, scored 10,000. And that has become the Ronuku's talking point. That Peter Obi has no electoral value anymore. That he is even defeated. They defeated him right in a zone polling unit, right? The entire state of Anambra State, they couldn't go behind his candidate. So where is Peter Obi's influence in deciding what should happen in the coalition? But this was him when he voted at that election himself. And this is what he said.
The democracy is created in our country. Unfortunately, those who are the victim of bad governance seems to be fueling it. I've been able to go, listing and around on what is happening. What you see is that it's predominantly vote buying to the scale of 20, 30,000, 15,000. The question I ask, for a young person who is unemployed, if he says his vote for 30,000, what is he going to be paid next month when there's no voting? By selling your vote, you're selling no school, no hospital, no job. You're selling away your future. And that is what is very worrisome. Other countries, even West African countries that are close to us, we have observed the election. I didn't see this happening. So for you people who are journalists, you must cooperate. This must be stopped.
Your Excellency, you are not on the ballot in this election, but we know you belong to the Labour Party. I want to ask you what you think are the expectations of this election, especially as it has to do with your candidate, Dr. George Moore.
Well, for me, yes, you're right. I'm a member of the Labour Party, and I support the Labour Party candidate. But quite frankly, everybody that is involved with this election is my brothers, my sisters, and everything. I'm not in ballot. I've been governor 13 years ago, so I'm not in this. I'm strictly in Champions League of Nigerian politics and contesting to be president of Nigeria. So for people who are in first division, I wish them well. And I'm sure they will do very well. Whoever wins, let him serve the people. Nigeria needs service now. We need to pull our people out of poverty. Our people need to know that schools are working. It's no longer grandstanding. They need to do the hospitals, which is why we're supporting the nursing schools to be able to produce the manpower that is required for every village to have at least a primary health care where people can go to.
Okay, yes, this election, I would like you to look at the performance in this election, particularly.
In 2027, given your experience from what is happening currently in this government election, what hope do you have?
Well,
for 2027?
I've congratulated the new INEC chairman and tell him to look at what happened to his predecessors. All I can say to him is that the name and reputation his children will live in is a test. None of us will be in position forever. So it is important that while you're there, try and serve the people. Try and serve humanity, try and serve society.
Excellency, what's your assessment of INEC in the ongoing election?
Well, I'm not here to answer that. I've just told you what is happening with the elections. The observance is a major vote buying.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you.
The democracy is deteriorating in our country. Unfortunately.
Anyway, so that was Obi's view as well. There's vote buying, money here and there, 10,000, 15,000 naira to sell your vote, and it's same preaching. You know, they don't give shishi. So that means they have no money to buy votes like APC or PDP. I mean, APC was like beforehand, right? They were giving people shops on and all of them 1,000 naira. Somebody recorded that. Watch this.
What else? So now this morning like this, now I go my mom shop this morning. You know. Now these people come my shop, APC people. Now them say them, they just they come on. I see them here. They just they come out. APC people they come our shop. They can't give us to this thing. They can't ask whether we gave voters card. They tell her yes. Tell her say yes, I gave voters card. They ask me where be my polling units. I can't tell them. Can't say my vote them. Can't ask them say my vote to now. Which one I go walk? When I say my vote to now. So they can't say say they go. The man go build things. See now why they say me I vote them. Don't say okay no wahala. The IPC people. So the man can't give us these two books. Can't give me 1K. I can't ask this 1K now for whether now for to I don't just understand seriously. You don't tell us why they give us money. Are you campaigning for money or what? I want to understand because me I don't just understand the thing. Because I just did my shop like this now. They just come with us, you understand? If you look now, you will see them across. You understand? So me, I go see me then, make I know what's up. Man, I know. Maybe I just understand why they give me the money. You understand? I see. And this thing I know this where Be on a pool.
Okay, 3 minutes. Vote for APC. Vote there.
I don't understand something there. This book now and this 1,000 give us I don't understand now. What will be the reason? Because you don't tell us no vote for this person. Okay, yes, we will vote for this person. Then what will be the reason? They give us the money. I want to know the reason of the money.
Women leader. I supposed to call all this line. Everybody made meeting on this hall. Hola, you want more? I got what now? More women leader. More women. The question there for her. You have something. Kowatara hamaka this new party. Makapata ino bulevo.
Okay, you know bulevo party.
TikTok kid this thing. Okay, the video here.
I'm just recording this. No, don't worry. Wait now. Okay, you don't. I should not. You don't want to give me again.
No, don't worry.
You don't want to give me again. I should not vote the person again. I should not vote the person again. Na Nigeria we did.
Man. There are so many of you that will just watch that video and be like, hey, nah, it's a normal thing. Nah. They're just trying to give you something to, if you like, you can vote. If you like, you no, come on, don't play it down. You know that those who work for these criminal politicians and their political parties and the rest of them, they are mostly wretched people too. But they are the foot soldiers. They are those who have to convince their neighbors, convince their friends and all of them to be able to go perish for this side altogether. So there are those who are sharing money, sharing food for their own respective candidates. Okay? And when those ones get the power, they abandon them until the next election. And most of them always have these forgiving spirits. Oh, to sue me, I'm tired. I cannot be doing this again. In 1999, now we are the one who worked for, in 2003, I was there. I've not given birth to my second born that time. It was just my first born. We were all there, all these places, Abuja, Lokoja, everywhere. We traveled everywhere for this party. In 2007, when we are fighting Rogbodinyan War, I was there for this party. I had accident. I was pregnant. I had accident in Okene. People telling you that story. They have been lying to us. I've been doing this thing for the past 30 years. Look at me. I've got nothing to show for it. I say, really? It's okay. I'm at Tojuye. We'll take care of you. We understand that you have suffered for this party a lot. Okay? Don't worry. We'll take care of you. Do this one for us again. Boom. She will go out and tell her friends and say, they were begging me. They were all begging me. That candidate, I told him, I said, I have seen so many candidates. Now, when you are looking for something, now go they pretend. It was just, it seems like he's a nice guy. Seems like he's a nice guy. It's not going to be like all those ones who treated us bad. So, you know me, they always see things. I always see person that will do bad. Remember that time when I told you of Feda? I said, yeah, you are the one who told us. Liar. Because they are always there. They are the willing tools. They are the foot soldiers. They are the ones who will go on and convince their fellow impoverished people that it's going to be different this time around. And they will do everything. They get used, dump them until the next one. Right? But Soludo has been declared winner, so the process.
This is the ball, the island ball that connects with Senator Ochekunife to rig the election in 010203. Hold on. Please. How do you people upload the results? How? I will show you one thing. Sit down. They want to smuggle it in. Come and smuggle it in. What happened? You're not going anywhere.
I
said, who called you?
I'm trying to explain to you.
Oh, yeah, explain. Who called you?
I was in Oka North.
We finished election, we finished everything. I was called that core members were held.
Goodness me! By who? You're talking to learned people. By who? Where that was?
Hello, sir. Fine, sir. Yes, I left there, so I was talking with the EO. The EO now told me to meet her at her office. So when I went there, I met the deputy governor at her office. So now he's saying I was interfering with...
My friend, don't say what you don't know. Is that the commander? No, don't say what you don't know.
Commander?
You can't be reporting wrongly.
Is that the commander?
Is that the commander? What to speak to him?
Then
You was saying, are you talking to...
Is that the commander?
I can't be lying in front of everybody here.
Deputy governor speak with
Stop that nonsense, my friend.
If that's
Will you stop that nonsense?
Hello, sir.
Who want to speak to the commander? It is my own election.
Can you hear me, sir? So I don't know what all this thing that happened, because I just came here. She said I just came for
wrong. Something is wrong.
No, sir.
Something is wrong here.
Excuse me, sir.
Something is wrong here.
Excuse me, sir.
Who called the army? That's my problem.
They
You was just asked a very simple question.
Who sent you?
You work on the command.
Who called you?
You work on the command. Who gave you the directive?
Oh, yeah.
It's a very simple thing.
Who called you?
Excuse me, sir. Please, just calm down. Just calm down and listen to me, sir. I'm very sorry. Just calm down and listen to me.
No, if you have started with that, you're sorry. Then we will listen to you. Because this kind of nonsense will stop in this country.
No, but we didn't come. They just look at the message.
No. You ask questions.
You want to intimidate me?
You did not ask questions.
Are you supposed to be part of this process?
Are you supposed to be part of this process?
Are you supposed to be part of this process?
Coming to obtain election materials.
That's what you did. That's what you did.
Kidnap presiding officers to an unknown destination.
Kidnap.
What is your mission? What is your mission here now? Your mission.
What did she tell me when I called her? Ask her what she told me when I told her.
You're not listening to us.
Mana, what did you tell me when I called you, please? I'm sorry. What did you tell me?
Victor, I beg, bring my phone.
The one in charge of Oka North and South.
Okay, that's fine.
Please.
Even Nokita Ungri boys, pulling unit 1, 2, and 3. Eba can Nokita. Ndi Eko Batacha, externals. Former Wundi Batat, away the result, Nine was Katawa. No one can Afokita now. They did all the results. Just one way, what ago? All the pulling unit 1. This is unit 1. This is unit 2. Everything scatter. Where is the result? Everything destroyed. Narega Secondary School. Unri. Eba kuche kuife na kuvo. Eba ka obez afya na kuvo. Ayamara ndi eko batakala eba. You want to go? Eko batakala. Sawe eba we di se ni ne di eba. Wa yasa. So kunnafu, this is an eyewitness. I am an eyewitness. Ife na eba. Ana eba na agbani egbe ma ndi emerucharu. It was just like a do or die affair. If I feel eba today is battle.
Bright Omorige, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Vice Chancellor University of Benin, hereby certify that I am the returning officer of the 2025 Anambra State and that the winner emerged. The candidate with the highest number of votes cast and percentage have all been computed. I therefore declare that Soludo Charles Chukuma of the APGA, I will satisfy
the requirement of the law and scored the highest number of votes in this election is hereby declared the winner and returned elected.
Vampire. I don't know. I mean, I felt like I was hearing Ogemeya vampire, Ogemeya vampire. Somebody where they suck blood. Yeah, I did a compilation. I put all of that together so that you could see them all. Like, yeah. So Soludo has been declared a winner and re-elected for another 4 years until 2030. That's it. Yeah. Because they're going to do his inauguration, I think, next year. I think. Yeah. So it's 2029. So that Soludo will remain your governor in Anambra. So his own acceptance speech is next. I kept that for the last so that at least while we are beginning to like wrap it up and all that. So let me ask you, if this is your first time or maybe second time of watching Mayegun, right? Could you identify yourself? Like just put this hand up in the comments. I will tell the people to say welcome to you. You know what I mean? Like you actually stayed for over an hour, yeah? So if you enjoyed this, if you kind of like feel comfortable around here, right? It is ideal for you to subscribe again, okay? So you won't miss anything whenever Mayegun is coming on, all right? And to those of you who are the regulars in the Temple of Truth, this is also your own reminder. Please, right? Don't get too carried away. Check if you have actually liked the broadcast itself, all right? Check it. And please do, as we are nearing the end of the chat, okay? But first, Soludo's acceptance, the first part.
Well, I haven't got any, I think you set up, so I just come out to say thank you to all of you and to the Anambra and to Nigerians. Well, this is a moment to say congratulations to the Anambra. You have spoken. 4 years ago, you spoke. You gave us your mandate. And then, of course, Anambra experimented the first time with beavers in that election. Extremely very low turnout. You elected us with 112,000 votes. And this one, you spoke loudly. This election and this victory is not just victory. It is history made. Big history. Because in the history of Anambra's politics, you look at the bit in terms of the percentage of registered voters that voted in this election, about 22%. Never before. You've broken the 20% glass ceiling, as it were. In terms of percentage of votes actually also made to any incumbent. This is the third time a governor has been elected, re-elected in Anambra's history since the beginning of this republic, since 1999. In 2010, you re-elected a governor with about 31% of the votes cast. In 2017, you re-elected a governor with 56% of the votes cast. In this one, they were very emphatic, very, very emphatic, by re-electing a governor. Yours sincerely, and my deputy, Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim, with 73% of the votes cast. We're very humbled by this. I mean, a show of solidarity, show of support, and your very emphatic statement that you stand with us. We applied for this job. You employed us 4 years ago, and we were sworn in probably three and a half years ago. And all I can say to you, like we said throughout the campaign, is that you haven't said anything yet. Well, look at the results. We only lost, out of 326 wards, electoral wards, we lost only 6. Only 6 wards lost. And out of 326, so probably about 320. 21 local governments over 21. So we used to say 21 over 21. This one will probably be talking in terms of the wards. About 97%, 98% of the wards that you secured. Very emphatic statement by the Anambra. Like I said before.
So we can just wish the Anambra good luck. Maybe this time it will deliver that Dubai, Taiwan. He's got all the time now, I think. So good luck. And for his relationship with Tifnumbu, this is also supposed to be a walkover for Tifnumbu in 2027. So for the first time, it is being said that they will deliver the Igbo vote to Kolu in 2027. And that's why they are the first to congratulate Soludo. So if they can get voter apathy said, right? So if they can get, if he himself could get 73% of the vote, and very soon he's going to start telling you how much millions of votes they are going to give to Kolu. Like these clowns from Edo.
Edo State is a state that has already settled everything for our president. I want to let the city boys know that our loyalty to our governor is of no break, no gear, no sense. The explanation is this. Anything the governor tells us to do, we cannot argue, because he has all the special advisors, all the special assistants that will tell him, we as a party, we have no sense when we are with him. No break, meaning that if he has carefully decided to send us on errand, we have no break anymore. No gear. If you have ever seen a vehicle, most especially a truck, that has no gear and is descending, you know how deadly such a vehicle is. That's what we are as a party in this state. Because we have no sense, the governor has already told us that 3.5 million votes for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be guaranteed, and it's already settled. So I want to tell all of you that even before you came, before the minister started telling us all what the president has been doing for this nation, we don't even want to hear, because we have no break, we have no gear, we have no sense. 3.5 million vote is guaranteed for the president for 2027. That is my message, very short message to all of you.
The event ended with presentation of cash prizes to over.
The transmission line is a super highway. For for generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn.
Tell me what are we producing and selling to other countries? Not even slippers. We eat the skin of our cows instead of turning them to beautiful bags and shoes. Eliminate that. It's a sign of poverty.
Amen. The person that spoke before Tifnubu there was Tenebe, something like that. I don't, Japheth, something Tenebe or something. He's the APC chairman of Edo State. So don't think it's just one random person. No. That's the state party chairman for the entire Edo State. It tells you that they don't get sense. They don't get gear. I was expecting to say, no jam, no break. They don't get break, they don't get sense, they don't get gear. They are ready to violate every logical things that is related to elections to deliver what they want to deliver, whether you like it or not. And guess what? They are the people that always say what they want to do. You're going to hear them again and again brag about it, talk about it, laugh about it. And you hope that they won't, but they will do it. And then we'll start talking about it again. Did you see that? Adeboye, what kind of a country is this? This is so wrong. This is very terrible. How can government not say? It's called rinse and dry and wash, rinse and dry and wash again and again and again. If you don't tackle the root cause that creates these charlatans to occupy important public positions, where decisions that affect the lives of millions of people, if you don't eliminate the system that keeps producing them, well, you're probably having the best of the worst right now. Wait for the worst of the worst. If you think this is worse, wait for what that system will still produce. Break up this contraption. Save our lives. We're going to get there. Thank you very much for your time. It's been an interesting night, isn't it? Hasn't it been like an interesting evening? So if you think so, please like the broadcast, right? Then subscribe to my Yegu. The next time I come around, you are going to be one of the first people to arrive. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll see you again. Have a great week and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari. àní máyégún làwa mọ̀ o làwa mọ̀ dódódódó.
máyégún diary na ibi number one.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé. máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
máyégún máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
máyégún ti dé.
máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. àyè.
máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ó fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.